Good morning and welcome back to Mimi's Place. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I have a different type of video. It's not going to be very long, but I'd like to talk to you about some things that I noticed about uh, younger generations, I should say. I don't know. I'm not targeting anyone. I'm not targeting an age group, but it seems to be like the 20 and 30-year-olds, mostly the 30-year-olds, that just don't know what these products are for. And I can attest to this. I'm going to give you a little testimony. Went into Dollar General, had to be a couple of years ago, and I was getting some cleaning products, and I asked where they kept the furniture polish, and the girl said, "The what?" I said, like pledge when you polish your furniture. She had no clue what I was talking about. So I looked all around the store. I finally found it. And I showed her, this isn't the can, but I said, this is what you use on a rag. You spray it on a rag and you polish your furniture with it. It dusts, it protects the furniture, and it stops it like it just protects it from like water stains and makes it nice and clean and helps the wood not dry out. She says, oh, I never used that. Okay. And that's fine. I mean, she was in her 20s. But what I noticed a lot lately is people don't have wood furniture. Like, what is this stuff made out of? That particle board, which is sawdust and glue. That's like maybe that's why a lot of people haven't heard of some of these products. Now, the uses for furniture polish are number one, to help dust and maintain and keep your wood furniture in real good condition. I have an antique dresser set that was my aunt's from the 30s. I have furniture that was my mom's, and I'm telling you, this stuff works really good at cleaning and protecting the wood. So this is, to me, this is a necessity. It's just part of good housekeeping. If you don't have real good wood furniture, then you don't need it. But if you do, you're gonna want to pick up some. The second thing is Murphy's Oil Soap. Now, this is a classic. I remember this was really big in the 70s, I think. I don't know how long it's been around. I don't really know. But Murphy's Oil Soap is really good for, you put a little drop in a bucket and a rag, and you can, if you have wood cabinets, you can go over them. You could go over wood floors with it. And it helps, again, the wood from drying out. So that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to dry out your wood. So this cleans really well. The smell is pretty good. You only need a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, and it says on here that it's concentrated wood floor cleaner, but you can use it on wood cabinets and everything. I've done it, and it makes them look amazing. So if I'm not using this to polish furniture, I'm using this on my floors and my wood cabinets. And then if I have any kind of scratches or anything, look at this guy. How many of you remember Old English? Now, it comes in two shades. It comes for darker furniture and lighter furniture. You just put some on a soft cloth, and you could go over the entire furniture, and it helps rejuvenate it and make it, it just brings it back to life. At the same time, it covers up any fine scratches or marks or anything that's on your wood. So I like this a lot. This works good as well on my wood cabinets. I do have a Boston rocker chair, solid wood, that was my aunt's, and it kind of got beat up a little bit, and I polished it really good. I cleaned it with this first, believe it or not. I polished it, and then I went over it. Looks brand spanking new. So you don't have to use all these products on one item. You don't have to buy them all at once. I'm just trying to let people know that there are ways to take care of what we have, which is why, let's face it, our moms, our grandmoms, our aunts, great aunts, they had their furniture. They had it forever. They didn't just go, I don't like it anymore. I'm going to get another set. They bought their wedding furniture, and they had that furniture till the day they died. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to do that. Times change, tastes change, your needs change. You may have to downsize and rearrange the way you do things and get furniture that fits your lifestyle better. And there's nothing wrong with that. But back in the day, I'm telling you, they had their bedroom set, their dining room set, their living room set, and a kitchen set. And that was it. As the children came along, they got a bedroom set or they shared a dresser, but it was all solid wood and didn't matter if the kids liked it or not. That's what you got. You got what your parents gave you. So that's why people go crazy. You go to thrift stores and what do you see? Anything that's solid wood, people will gravitate towards because it's solid and it's not going to break. It's not going to fall apart. It's not glued together. Doesn't come in a box from Amazon with a million pieces. So yeah, it's just a matter of taking care of what you have and being grateful that you have it and keeping it looking beautiful. Now, there is nothing wrong with keeping a beautiful home and keeping things nice and clean and presentable and easy on the eyes. God wants us to be good stewards. Yes, he does. Being broke doesn't mean being a slob. And I don't mean that towards anyone. I'm just saying sometimes people will figure, well, what difference does it make? Or how is that? That's not going to change my life. No, it's not going to change your life. But if it brings you 1 ounce of joy to look at it, if it brings you 1 second of a memory coming back from a knickknack or a piece of antique furniture about family that has passed, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't make it your idol. Don't make it your main focus. And take care of what we have. And these are the ways that I take care of the things that I have because I want to keep them. Number one, I can't replace them. Okay, financially, I can't replace them. Number two, I don't even know if the wood craftsmanship, how much is there in made in America anymore of good solid wood furniture. So we need to just take care of what we have. And if you don't have the solid wood that requires these, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying I never had anything like that. But what I did was I downsized my furniture. I streamlined what I have. What meant more to me was just having the solid wood pieces that I know are going to serve me a longer period of time. Things that I don't have to worry about how am I going to get rid of it or I don't like it anymore. That's why my mom was very, very particular. Even on little knickknacks and things, she made sure that she really liked it. And a lot of them she didn't buy, they were gifts. And she displayed them as a gratitude for what she had and the blessing that someone gave her when they gave her that item. There's so many things around my house that brings back such great memories. And I want to keep those memories going and I want to keep my items nice. I think that's what God intended us to do. He wants us to have stuff, not in abundance, but enough to get by. And he expects us to take care of it because they are a blessing. Everything that we have is a blessing from God. So this is how I take care of things. Now, an example would be I hated my wood cabinets. Hated them, wanted to take them down. I wanted to put up little curtains, and display my dishes. And somebody said to me, "Are you insane?" I said, "Why?" "They're outdated." They said, "No, they're not outdated. They're not outdated." They said, "Do you know you can't even get solid wood cabinets anymore? And if you do, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars." So that's when I started realizing, okay, I'm going to just take care of what I have. Because if it's made well, it's going to last if we take care of it. So these are some items that I use around the house. And the reason I'm doing this is it's Friday, it's cleaning day. And I've been sick, so I haven't been able to polish my furniture. So I have to get to that today. And that's it. Oh, and another thing I found, here's another tip. If you spray some of this on a feather duster or one of those Swiffer dusters and you like dust your blinds with it and your ceiling fans, the dust won't stick to it. So that's another good thing about that. Yeah, so there's all kinds of things out there to use. You use what you want, but I just wanted to share with you some of the products that I like keeping in my house. Yeah, you only need a tiny, tiny bit. I mean, I'm telling you, I bought this years ago. This has to be at least 5 years old. You don't need a lot of it, that's why. So, you guys, I don't know what you're doing today, but I'm going to get going. I'm going to go polish some furniture. And I wanted to come on here and give you a little lesson on how to use these products if you don't know. If you know, that's great. Turn that information, pass it on to the younger generations, like the 20 and 30-year-olds, because they have no clue. They have no clue. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a little Friday video, and it is beautiful out, so I'm going to do what I have to do around the house, and I'm going to be in the yard all day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on my next video.